Why? Why were you, like, complaining that the stream key wasn't there when it was there? Sometimes I'm really confused with your OBS. Sometimes I really am. God damn it, OBS. Sometimes you really get me. Right. I did notice that I don't have a setup actually for the Porsche. Yikes. So if things can get worse, yeah, we're gonna find out. Yeah, right. I assume it. Yep, this time actually has pulled off the scene switch. Perfect. Right, we have to switch the car actually. 911.2. I should probably filter back to. No, we can't use that livery. We will be using this livery here. I know I have that number 42 car that looks really nice. I mean, I should probably livery briefly, but like, I can't drive this. Or probably shouldn't have even showed it. Whatever. I don't think the bots will come for me. Let's face it, we're not gonna load that livery. We're just gonna stay with the 69 car. Instead of the 42. Not 42, it's a 46 car. It's another meme number. This is advanced thinking. So connect. Come on. Fastest time is 20.2. Well, are we on optimum track or are you bullshitting me again? I would guess we're on optimum. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen. I think giving it a bit of front suspension travel would help. Cutting out some rear suspension travel probably helps as well. Gonna run on half fuel because that's roughly what we're gonna start the race with. There's TC. No, the ABS mapping needs to be adjusted. Although I haven't driven this car since 1.8, so actually I have once, but it doesn't matter too much. We can put more split on there. Probably gonna do that. We'll leave that for now be. We just need to. One of the big challenges is getting a car up Rouge. That is the big challenge on this track. Yeah, and I don't need to actually actuate my clutch pedal. I don't know if I have actually a mandatory pit stop for the race. Because if we do, then I have a massive advantage with Porsche. This car is stupidly good at pit stops. Due to the fact that you can just jump off the jump off the fucking jacks with the starter motor. Like you just push the starter motor and the thing just rolls away. It is one of the most satisfying things. I mean, I haven't driven this specific car, but I have driven the 911 Cup car a few times. So it's not like the concept of re-engine is foreign to me. We have only 5 minutes remaining in this practice session, and we have 15 minutes worth of qualifying before we head into a 30-minute race. I didn't again check if we need to pit stop, but well, the likelihood is there. But this is a 911. We probably want actually some fuel on the front, just for balancing sake. So I probably will just actually race with the full fuel load the entire race. It's nonsensical as that is. It's just you can trust the car not to die on you. And I don't have like the time to like trim this thing in 13 times. I don't like that this guy is actually like faster than me in that Ferrari, because he was at Bathurst nowhere to be found, so I know, it's like Hamilton, it's like L Hamilton. Yeah, sure. Like obviously not the real one. Well, that is easy. Oh, that isn't even fucking trying. Up Rouge. Oh, there's some nice rotation on the entry there. However, the car I think boxed down due to a lot of understeer still on the set. But this is actually a solid aggressive preset. Although I did change the front to give it slightly more room before it hits the bump stops. But that's probably not changing too much. These Porsche has very sophisticated suspension. Although it might actually not have that much anti-dive like other cars. Just so you can actually, you know, turn this thing. So you actually have weight transfer on the brakes. Because you really, really need it with this car. Where's the clock gonna stop? 21, yikes. 1.5 seconds off the pace. I have a bit of my work cut out. That's for sure. One of the great things is actually the Porsche is its dashboard. Oh god. Ouch. Not lights! Even before the second impact, the suspension was already bent. Could feel it. That was me fucking it up over the top. Took too much inside curve there, that was on me. Not on the car. We don't need stupid brake pads, because the brake pads for once is actually sensible, you could say. Oh man, why did I even start with this setup? Perhaps give the front bit more splitter. It doesn't do too much actually for the aero. Balance. Tire pressures on the rear seems slightly low, but I didn't check them. Oh, we're anyway in the overtime now. Slightly increase the pressures. tire weight seems relatively even. How's the tire temperature despite me wrecking over the top? Because I'm thinking perhaps putting more caster into the car. And taking camber out of the front. How's the toe situation actually? Quite a bit of toe on the rear, not much toe on the front actually. Car does have good turning, I would say. It does like to understeer obviously out of corners because it's a Porsche after all. So, some mild adjustments there. And I probably want to take a bit of fuel out of the car. We won't take all of it out. I'm thinking of taking like 30 liters out of the car right now. That's still gonna be lighter for a qualifying session. Where is it? No, we don't actually have a mandatory pit stop. That's interesting. That's interesting. No mandatory pit stop. Roger. I'm gonna qualify with some fuel in the tank just to get this car stable. That means we need to run with obviously more fuel. The race. And we don't have the pit stop advantage because we're not stopping. Hopefully. Temperature is basically the same. I forgot. You need to put it into first gear to drive off on the starter motor. And I don't want to be merged with a 720S, it's just a bit uncomfortable, you could say. It's slightly uncomfortable. Just slightly.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, you're letting me by, I see. Even though I'm not sure I'm that quick actually. It would have been easy to go quick with the 720S. That's for sure. Like I know that I can do 18s in qualifying easy. Okay, the car's relatively uneasy on the brakes there. It's not too uneasy, I felt cars worse. But you can definitely feel the weight shift. This is the thing with this car. It does a little lull you into a sense of false security at times. So I'm very careful with it. Guys, we need to slow it down. Overtaking isn't... Perhaps I'm going to shoot the corner like an idiot, but hey, that's... Well, 33 cars around the circuit. This isn't like rocket science to figure this out. It's probably better not to take that inside curb there up the hill. The tires are very low on pressure right now. I guess maybe I made a mistake on pressures. This guy's finally he moves over.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, I missed the apex there completely. Is that his ping or is that my ping? I have 42 millisecond ping, so that doesn't look quite right either. I'm not sure where the server is. Maybe it's like in where would that be? Not Dublin. Yeah, I think Dublin, Ireland. If I'm not completely mistaken.
Car on the left.
He decided to not be patient on his formation, so I'm just gonna dive him. Ah, 21. Oh, yikes, that's terrible. Unacceptably terrible. Need to shave another 2 seconds minimum off that. No questions asked. It's close up the hill for track cuts. Very close. I've increased the front downforce and decrease. Oh yeah, right, I've taken fuel out of the car. So I'm likely to have more understeer. There's less weight on the front axle. Ooh, that was as far as you can get away with. And then some. Oh, that fellow Porsche driver is actually the fastest guy. But let's see if I'm like. I guess I'm not using the Porsche to its maximum potential. Oh, I had to lift because this car was understeering too much. Still up. But this guy is clearly faster. But 3.6 seconds! I don't know where my time is. It's like I should be 19s already. This lap time, easy.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Last name, this has been your personal best.
Oh, 20.0.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful. Car on the right, clear on the right.
there sometime. Who's getting waved lift max? Definitely not me. No! Fuck! There's just too much understeer there. I don't know where the fuck these people are getting like so much time. Man, I'm really hustling. Half a second could definitely give me some positions, although not that many. Oh, and then I overshoot turn one like an absolute doofus.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Let's go for its balls. Huh? I ran a better line, but I'm not improving. Like what?
Yellow flag is
Oh, now I am seeing like minor gains. This lamp is not as good as the previous one that I bottled.
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Do I want to go back to the drawing board and try again? Or do I just throw another attempt in? I feel for another attempt. I'm gonna improve if I just attempt at this problem. Oh, come on! Why the fuck is this always a problem where it's just like, hey, you no, I didn't press. I just swiped to the right. Okay. What can I do? What can I do to get this car to perform? Still too much high speed understeer. Slight cost increase. Fuck it, let's go really for it. A lot of cost increase. I'm probably out of time actually. Oh, I'm an idiot. Actually, I'm not. I have one attempt. Because the start finish line is so early on the lap. Even with this pit exit, I'm able to pull this off. Somebody wrote in chat. I'll just look at that in a second. I just want to do the pit exit. Okay. More cursed car for this track. It's like, what do you mean? Is the Porsche cursed on this track? I think it's quite performant considering somebody is in the front with it. And woo, and the aggressive preset was actually quite solid. Until I've taken a shotgun to it. Although it was solid because it was slow. That could be argued. Goal is take this corner flat. This time around it worked, but I had also a scruffy previous corner. So yeah, we're gonna just about start another flyer. That's full attack. I know half a second is in this lap easy. And the goal is to find more. Although we're whipping slightly more front downforce, but less rear downforce now than the previous run. Still missed the apex like an idiot. And got bad acceleration. That's just immediately started terribly. Well, the roof has gotten easier, I guess. Well, that's a positive. I have enough time. As fast as my previous attempt.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
No! Off! I forgot I was driving a Porsche. If you go sideways, just no. But I mean, here's the thing again. The guy on pole position is a fucking Porsche. It's not like I'm driving a bad car by any stretch. I'm just not getting the full potential out of the machine. I don't know how he can put a 17.5 in. I should be capable of going 19s. This is a time of just above, just a low 20. 20.0. Which is not solid. That's not good enough. In my opinion. I should be in the 19s at minimum, 18s. I'm capable of 18s with a McLaren, so this isn't like... I should be faster than this, frankly. But I think these set of improvements weren't particularly too bad. If I just put the lap together. Yeah, but it doesn't mean I can't like get within a second of him. So I can't match myself. I mean, that doesn't mean that this car isn't viable here. Because it's not like there are other quick guys at the front there as well. But I mean, we're not doing too badly. There are a bunch of people who are starting behind us, so... Yes, there is that. Well then. We don't have a pit stop, so I might want to put the fuel calculation together, but I think I was consuming about 4 liters per lap, so it's not like... so it's not like... yeah, 19 divided by 60. So 30 divided by 2.3. 14 times 4. Or 56. Yep, so 62 will be enough. Well then. 62 will be enough, I would say. Average is still the same. So, now I have a setup for this car. Yeah, I mean, in a 24-hour race, it isn't too surprising to finish a lap in front of people. However, with how cranked people ACC aliens are, it's not like... It's a bit surprising, because the competition is usually stupid tight. But well... It's so easy in a 24-hour race to just have your car written off at some point. And so it's just staying clear. Can give you the lap.
Stay single file.
Not to say they aren't good. They, I believe you that they slam dunk the competition into the ground. This means still his teammates are good. Oh, I so enjoy this with the Porsche. Why is it so goddamn fucking hard to follow in the formation? Please, for fucking sakes. I'm ahead of my marker, and this guy still sees the need to drive through me. Come on. And then I perform this nearly. So I guess that's a bit of hypocrisy on my end. Oh boy. Well, I will just take that position, I guess. I don't know what the guys in front are doing because I'm ahead of my formation position. Well, actually, because that guy vanished also, we're missing a car in between, that's true. Oh yeah, right, I have to remember. This is a Porsche. It will grain out the front tires if I'm not getting this up to temp as well. Usual Porsche problem with graining. It's actually a good reason to probably not drive this car for the upcoming 6 hours. Because we were dealing with quite some graining on the McLaren already. Especially Loic was dealing with that. So handing him a Porsche will probably just cause carnage. I mean, I'm sure you would go quick. You've complained probably with how time was. ABS back to 3, which it still seems to be like the one setting to avoid the Porsche to lock up the brakes is to set the ABS to 3. On 4 you get a bunch of locking, on 5 you just get the brakes to skip. .58 liters coming to the start of the race.
Green light, give it all you can. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Off slipstream.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, come on!
Clear on the right.
And then carnage behind because it's the boat that got yeeted. Wasn't quite paying attention till it suddenly was sideways in front of me, so I don't know what caused it. Don't know if this guy chopped the boat driver or if the boat driver got dive bombed.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I think I went too far with limiting the rear suspension race. Suspension rate. What am I talking about? Range! Rear suspension range. I limited down that to 25 to stop a bit the understeer. Whoa!
Clear on the left.
What is wrong with that Beamer driver? Okay, there's no question. What the fuck is wrong with that BMW driver? That guy just like drove into, like, sure, that Aston was out of position suddenly for reasons, and he could drive up the inside, but he just didn't care that the car perhaps on the outside would, I don't know, still be there. And he maybe needs to like give room to the car that is there. Also, that Ferrari that was following in the beginning of practice, well, he's behind me now. I feel like I've created a Porsche setup that is very unstable on high fuel loads. In all honesty, it wouldn't surprise me. It surprised me a bit, because usually the car's more stable on fuel loads. But technically still possible. Straights where the Ferrari could flex in front. I was gapping the car behind though, so that's something I guess.
Radeon made the fastest lap so far.
I was about to say that this is okay race pace, but we're running on about half a fuel tank compared to what I know from the 720S. So this is by no means okay. This is like actually kind of horrible.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Ooh, that was not. Oh, I probably messed up the corner here. Guess that's okay. But I did run slow over there.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
We're starting to collect back markers already.
Radeon made the fastest lap so far.
Lost a lot of time there in the final chicane.
Yellow flag, be careful.
The Ferrari and the Honda have switched position. So I have a new target in front. Why are there so many lapped Porsche? There weren't actually... I mean, there were a few Porsches signed up for this race, but there weren't that many. Such a horrible run for there. I still don't have fuel readouts because SimLab is fucking useless some days. Yeah, my run for that chicane was so horrible that I couldn't make up in time this time around. I have a feeling that Honda is having damage because he's not like doing particularly well. Well, I have 2 Porsches between me and him. Fuel readouts now. 4 liters per lap. 10 laps of fuel remaining. Let me buy, thank you. Honda in front is engaged in battle with the Porsche. Might help me or might hinder me. Both is possible. Come on, turn. Well, actually slower than the Honda this time around. I hate turn 1. I hate it with a fucking passion on this circuit. Because you can try it better and better and you can just constantly keep losing time on it. And it's like such a weird bloody corner. No. I was trying to push the braking because I felt always I was undershooting the corner, but like I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to gain the time. What am I fundamentally doing wrong? You got further away even this lap. It's like, come on. There's a McLaren behind me about 3 seconds.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front. There's a slow car ahead. Car on the right.
Oh fucking git! What the hell were you doing there? Goes for the fucking apex like the biggest idiot that I've ever seen.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, come on. You're at the outside of the circuit. Stay to the outside. I know there's a corner, but then you stay on the outside. I've accounted for that, but no, he cut across the circuit. The one rule whenever I do a fucking driver's briefing that I reinforce through people's fucking skull, and they still don't get it, is do not drive across the width of a fucking racetrack. And then you have amateurs like this do this bullshit. And you tell them repeatedly and they still somehow fuck this shit up. And cause me massive aero damage, massive damage due to being an absolute idiot.
You're halfway through. Keep pushing.
And it's not like he was for position, could defend that way. No, he's just a back marker. Yeah, nearly 10 seconds worth of damage there that I just clonked in. Last night I did the NLR Next Level Racing race. I wanted to stream it, but I fucked up my schedule, so I ended up like not having a thumbnail ready. So I've recorded it, but I haven't edited the video yet. Spoiler I can give is that I passed. Although I wasn't the fastest in my split, I was competing with the fastest, and then but I wasn't able to quite keep up in the race with him, and then I smacked the counter wall in the race. The thing is, he was oddly slow last time around the Honda in front, but now he has back his pace, so I don't know what this guy's doing. Apparently whenever he gets like passed or something doesn't quite go his way, he loses so much speed and has to regain his focus again. It's really a non-issue then to pass once you actually get close to him. Well, once. I've got McLaren thrown at me to prevent that. Yeah, 4/10 down, and it's mainly just because the car doesn't quite turn enough. There. Well, on the straight line, keeping up with them, and my delta isn't going that fast though. I guess it's perhaps also just tire wear for those corners. Probably I'm starting to experience some graining on the front. Wouldn't be the first time, for sure. You better 20.3. For fuck's sakes. Come on, why is this always the case of people slightly being faster than me? It's like slightly.
Be careful there.
Oh, it's behind me, however. bleeding right now some more time. I'm really noticing how bad the delta is in game compared to what my delta measurements are. Because when I was following the Ferrari, the delta was swinging wildly. But in reality I was staying down to thousandths of a second the same to him throughout the lap. We're trading hundreds of a second, but he was occasionally gaining a few hundreds, so he made up like 0.2 per lap. Very careful here with trail braking into that corner. It's so deceptive. You think you're actually gaining on the other guy, but you're not. Oh, and he's taken too much curb and spun. Oh, if you could say it's an anticlimactic conclusion as all hell. Although, we do have an Aston behind us, and that Aston will not let loose. Jesus Christ, we're now in front with about 20 seconds. They're lapping 18.8. I respect definitely very fast times, but like, could be probably half a second within that time if I wasn't driving the Porsche. Yeah, I'm not particularly convinced by this car quite. I don't see how I am supposed to gain more time with it. I know technically there's also more time in the McLaren that I'm driving. But well, that at least makes sense. That's just small amounts. That's already faster than this. But it's just as slow. It's frustrating. Also, this continues to be the fucking case that all around me are Porsches. All around me are familiar faces. One of the Porsche drivers that was a lap down got a drive through and decided to just quit the race. That's supposed to get a flag for. Although, the reality is obviously I wouldn't be able to perform anything position-wise better than with the McLaren at this. I would still be running P3 because I wouldn't be beating those guys. But I would be closer to them. That's what kind of matters to me. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure I would be able to do 19 mids. Also, I didn't overtake that many cars, but I still ended up gaining so many positions. Like, what happened to half of the grid in front of me? Like, where did the Ferrari go? Where did... You know, all the other cars. I qualified 8th. I only passed the Beamer and the Aston. Passed the Beamer and the Aston because those two tangled. I had lost at the start the position to the... Oh yeah, I started P8, but technically I started P7 because one car already quit before the race started. Then I got dropped back to 8. Then that car got eliminated with the collision with the Beamer. Then which brought me back up to 7th. Then the Aston and the Beamer collided, bringing me up to 5th. Then Honda died. That brought me up to 4th. And now we're running 3rd technically if my scoring wasn't bugged again. Oh, the Aston behind got a drive through. Worst timing ever. I have just over 3 laps of fuel remaining. Brakes? Please. That's actually the Aston that got eliminated in the collision with the Beamer. Still, this leaves one unaccounted Ferrari for, but at least it's only one car. However, it still speaks for something that I haven't passed a single car. I've just profited of everybody else dying. Up to P3. That way I could have won with basically any car. Except the Rex. The Rex would have just put me so far back in qualifying that I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Feels like the pace is really falling away from the car now. I'm 7/10 up, it's just not great. My assumption is the Aston wants to fight it out till the end. I think we'll have another 2 laps. The leaders are far enough ahead. We'll likely have another one. Jesus Christ, this Aston's closing in.
Yellow flag accepted.
Damn right, these guys have more than enough time to start another lap. Oh well, perhaps my final lap will be not completing other dog shit like this. Just normal shit. I would like to keep my 3rd place on the road. Low 20 from the last round. And I push over from Axel. And then I get... Oh, I was in 2nd gear. I was wondering why the car didn't accelerate. I fed it throttle like I was in 1st. It didn't come forward. Oh, well... I'm pretty sure I've grained out the front tires. This thing is just not doing anything anymore. Although we're also running on low fuel now, so the weight will be further to the back and we will experience more understeer.
Yellow flag accepted.
And I'm running fairly low fuel loads right now.
Take the final lap down. Give it all you can.
Right, that's calculated. I have one full lap of fuel remaining still. This is closer than usual on my fuel load. Oh well, probably good enough. There's definitely in some places a lot of time. Oh, he's decided now to have his drive-through. I guess he ran out of laps to do another one. So it would have probably been wise to just take the time penalty at the end instead of serving it. Drive-through is just such an eternity on this track. Well, honestly, these days, like outside of doing stupid shit, you don't actually get drive-through penalties. At least I don't, but I'm probably not using the full track width. Yep, under 5 liters remaining in the fuel tank.
Nathan has finished the race.
Next car behind the Tsundere arrival actually.
B3, we're on the podium. Excellent job, mate. Well managed all the way through.
I guess this is that guy actually. Alright then. 30 seconds after 36 seconds. 37 I think. Seconds off the front runner. In a 30-minute race that is awful, like god awful. Let's figure out what actually happened on lap 1 here. I completely overshoot like an idiot. Man, Porsche looks quite small. Yeah, chief, this ain't it. Like, he has barely some overlap here. Actually, we'll get a... Because I can't, like, free cam is like fucking bitch. I mean, we can look from the roof. Yeah, I mean, he's somewhat alongside the rear axle, I guess. But it's still like, yeah, come on, dude. Look at that pack behind you. It's lap 1. this corner is a pain in the ass to do shit like that, and this is not gonna end well. Boom. Spins himself out and clobbers this Porsche. Okay. I think the guy who got collected there. Let's just briefly go back. So I wanted to see the rest of the wreck here. Right, who gets collected additionally? So I get by. The Porsche behind does not. The Lambo checks up and gets collected. And wow! So I guess the total death count from that is actually only 3. A Porsche. Ah, that's unfortunate. He wasn't even really checking up. It's just the other guy couldn't quite predict that. That's a bit amateurish from Hamilton. What can happen to everyone. So that's not beyond reach in this case. Right, we wanted to figure other things out. There were a few people that took quite wide lines to avoid the wreck. Yep, looks like everything merged back together. But I guess there was more carnage because, I mean, this Robo guy was like a few laps later right in front of me. I remember lapping this Porsche. So far looks also good. Oh, there's Wright still standing. Obviously after the collision between those two. Let me take a guess. Oversh. Bingo! Does he tow? Yeah, he tows. Oh, he lost a lot of time there. A lot of laps. Actually, I don't think he lost that many. He lost about 2 laps just.
Green light, show them what you got.
Somebody forgot their mandatory pit stop. Right, we're gonna check more of the replay out in a second. Hold late, let's load the replay up again. Gallery, so, right. Okay, good you currently load the replay. Stop bugging. Okay. Now, where did we leave off? We had looked at the start, but we didn't need to really. There wasn't much of interest. This guy didn't even complete lap 2. Oh god, his lag. That sounds like Jesus, that was not bad. Let's actually figure out what happened to the Aston. Oh, completely blows the corner here. Overshoots, decides to rejoin the track. And then there comes... What? It's just like, yoink. What? I haven't seen something this bad in a long time. Like, what the fuck? I saw it was like not great, but like that is like, I know it's not intentional, but this is silly. Oh, and he feels like he's like entitled to something and retires the car and quits the server. Like, come the fuck on. Dude, you wrecked 2 people out of this race. I have like not particularly much sympathy. Well, he's not listed obviously in the scoring, the 91 car. I don't mean we can probably figure out who it is from the qualifying position. And there weren't that many beamers in the front. Right. We have another case where I get crashed into at the end of the lap. That's not the lap of the rogue McLaren. Is it this one? No. Neither. Ah, there it is. Holy shit. These guys are making a competition. Like, where did he come from? He's on lap 5. Spins the rear wheels up completely. It's okay, sensible, continue driving left. What's the flying? He probably wasn't looking at his delta. And if you aren't in VR, then yeah, it's pretty hard to see that Porsche if you aren't in VR. Like, I can see him, obviously, in my selfie, obviously, it's easy. If you're looking straight, it's like, I will just take the straight line here. Shortest line possible. Well, I'm expecting him to actually give me the room. Because he's driving straight across the racetrack here. I mean, it's only 11. What is this guy? Okay, can I ask? What is this guy doing in all honesty in general at his driving? Okay. He sticks to what? He lifts! Are you mental? This is flat. In anything but the Rex. The Rex you have to lift. In GT4 you have to lift. In GT3, easy flat. Take the outside and you will easily flat go through there. You know, Fabs. And he lifts off like 5 kilometers beforehand. I mean, this is the sort of lift-off distance if I'm like 10 liters short. And I need to suddenly make up 10 liters. I need to make up another lap worth of fuel, so I need to lift like that early. Complete novice. Not surprising what happened here. He just... And I'm not sure if like if you had the delta up, that if the delta was actually feeding correct information, because it can be easily the case that you get like, oh, the next car is like 15 seconds away, even though the car is like 2 meters away, because you're off the track, and things like that can happen. So when confronted with the situation of like, hey, this is easy, I can just take effectively a late apex and drive through here, because it's easier. Makes sense, but like, I have nowhere to go. There is just no option for me. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't go behind him because he's in the middle of the circuit right now. The only thing I could do is like stop. But I'm not the car off the track, he was. See, at least I hit the right car at the end of the race. And not some random. I thought it was the car. Oh man. Don't ram into people at full speed because they might be using full direct drive wheels and they might break a wrist, but that's within the realm of like acceptable. I mean, he's 2 laps down, by the way, already. Where's the McLaren gun? Hey! I guess he might have some damage beforehand, but like he's already 2 laps down. And I don't think he's pitted. Let's just verify. Has he ever pitted in this race so far? Oh, he didn't start. Actually, he did start. So here's the restart. What happened? Because he was in the pits then. Oh god. That wasn't a few levels too. A lucky BMW driver there. But yeah, he decides then to tow. So he doesn't actually get lap 1 complete. He's waiting for the tow to complete. He has to manually complete lap 1 at this point. Usually you get that lap completed, I think, but like he didn't. He had to complete lap 1, so he starts lap 2. Well, actually no, he doesn't get lap 1 completed because how the replay usually works is that oh, does he? This is the other Porsche driver that wipes out here. So he gets to the right to pass the beamer. Ah, that's unfortunate. Both of them wander either direction. It's like if I would pull overhead shot up, the Porsche is going left, the beamer is going right. It's pretty clear. Very subtly, they're both going those directions. Yeah, you see a slight left correction there. That's all that it takes to set the car towards a left trajectory. Yeah, and the beamer set a light right trajectory, and so both of them ended up in a trajectory that intersected, and boom, there was the Porsche gone. But well, that's on the beamer for manhandling that car out of the way. But that beamer doesn't last either long. So that McLaren, I don't think he actually gets counted, so he had to complete one. Yeah, that explains why he was so far back. He actually was wiped out in the start. Right, we want to find out something else, and that is what happened to this Ferrari here at 23. Ah, he came into the pits here. And he pulls into a pit box here. To get fuel. So yeah, I think this was the guy who wrote in chat that forgot he didn't have a mandatory pit stop, so he ran out of fuel actually. Ironic. So yeah, that accounts for our lost Ferrari now finally. Okay, man, how much further ahead we are? We're like nearly half a lap ahead. Because we didn't pit. There's actually not us, that's yes, that was even... What happened there? Oh, the NSX is struggling over those curbs. Ooh, he lost on his own. He didn't get tapped there from the Porsche. That's why he was closer suddenly when he dropped behind. Because he was like over 3 seconds in front. Man, that NSX is trying to wheel spin constantly. Like, look at this. Whew. Also, I'm sitting way too close to the steering wheel in this car. I don't think you can actually move that much further back. The cockpit of this car is very small. Actually, the steering wheel is not that... Yeah, it is closer than the Porsche. Porsche has it already close. I don't think because I've actually not raced the NSX, I think, before. I've test driven the car offline. That's about it. I've not entered into a race. I've raced the MUQU, I've raced the M6, I've raced the M4, I've raced the... this is not particularly a good way of calculating this. I've raced the Bentley, I've raced Porsche. I've not raced the Ferrari, I've not raced... Did I say I've raced the MUQU? I think I've raced both versions of the MUQU. Let's see what's going on. I've raced the GT3R, I know that. I've raced the Rex. I've raced the Jag. And obviously race the Porsche, but I would need to write them down to see what I've raced and what I haven't. It's probably easier if I just pull up the sign-up sheet for like another race and see what I can do there. Right, in GT4 I know I've only raced the Camaro and the Ginetta, the Maserati and the KTM. Mainly just the KTM. Only KTM nearly. Right. Let's actually look at the cars here. So I've not raced I've actually raced a new AMR, right? I've raced a new AMR, I've raced the old AMR. I don't think I've raced the old Porsche. Actually, I have. I've raced all three of these. I have not raced either of the any of the three Audis. I've raced the M4, the M6, but not the old Bentley. I have raced the new Bentley. I have not raced the old 488 nor the new 488. Avoided those two like the plague. I have not raced the NSX, Evo or the non-Evo. I have raced the Jag at least. I've raced the Regs. I have not raced the old Lambo, but I have raced the new Lambo. I have raced the... Have I raced the Lexus actually? I've made liveries for it and I've made an entry that I didn't drive in, but I don't think I've actually raced the Lexus. That's interesting. Come to think of it, I don't think I raced the Lexus. I would need to check my driver profile. One moment, please. Oh, thank you. My SGP has decided to sign me out, so we're staying here. The Lex. Oh, I mean, I could sign myself in most likely easily. Right. Assuming I have not... Oh, I need to sign in completely into Steam. Well, we're not doing that shit. I have not raced, I think, the Lexus. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I have not raced the Lexus. I've raced the McLaren 720S, and I've raced the 650S. I have raced both the old AMG and the new AMG. I've not raced the old Nissan. So I'm at 11 cars that I have not raced. And I've raced the new 911, obviously. So, how many cars is that actually? Total, because I've not raced 11 of them. And how many are there? So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 2. 8 times 3 plus 2. 8 times 3 is... Oh god. It's 24. Plus 2 is 26. So I've just under half I've not raced. I raced with 15 different cars in ACC. In terms of the GT3 roster. The full GT3 roster. Granted, there's quite a few like old gen cars that like just fill up the lineup unnecessarily. where, but I've also raced some of them. I've entered some of them in races. I've not raced the old R8. I've not raced the new R8. I've not raced the new R8. I've not raced the old Bentley, Ferraris, NSXs, the old Lambo, the old, and not the old GT3R. I've raced the new one, but not the old one. Right. Well then. My Discord has decided to go on this screen. Oh well, and there has also been... Actually, I could just, while we're at it, where is it? Automobilista 2. 80 gigabytes of storage required. Oh, I wanted to have the usual installer instead of using my Steam VR. Because I wanna... no... I wanted to check with AMS2 where it's installing it. Yeah, it's obviously installing onto my large solid state drive. So... ooh, how many pings I've gotten over here, man. My man, and there's some good memes as always. Well, guess I could hop into that event, so... Right, I think that's all needs to be done tonight. Oh yeah, well, I'll perhaps sign up for this event, but I need to sign into Steam, so I'm gonna do that later. I think I have an event tomorrow. But when my thing is signing me out, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. Because I need to 2FA my stuff. Right. Okay, well then. Man, I've just literally checked the fucking pings and I get a new one. God damn it. I balanced some Phasmophobia ages ago. Right. But yeah, I think I'm gonna drive some AMS too, although I have not heard that it's the best things about it. Basically Alpha 2, but a bonus. Just looking a bit more pretty, I guess, and with half the functionality. Which, I guess, we can work with that. I mean, we're definitely used to jank. So... alright. Oh, why am I feeling so tired? I slept a lot. Actually, not that. I didn't sleep much last night, but I slept quite a bit then. Later, so. Right then. Okay. Well, that's it. Bye bye.